Hey y'all, welcome back to Auspicious Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead and take a moment to meditate on the deck so that your energies are infused and messages that come out are nice and clear for you with no mistake. Let's get going. This message is going to be for my lovely Scorpios. Let's see what's going on for my lovely Scorpios who are watching this video. What's the overall theme? What are you going through right now? Let's see. Five of Wands. So you're in heavy conflict lately with a group of people. This could be family, this could be work. We're going to dive in and find out some more information. Good Spirit, tell me more about this Five of Wands energy that my Scorpio is currently in. What's this about? Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to... Well, okay, I have a YouTube channel. My bad. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And follow this page for more information. And hey, Spirit supports that. Yeah. Okay. So we have Seven of Swords. Ooh. Not good. Okay. So one thing that's really popping out to me is the fact that there's someone in your energy who is being really strategic toward you, sneaky toward you. You're in the midst fighting with a stick. And I think this conflict is really putting you in a dark headspace. You're getting into that lovely Scorpio energy and you're kind of thinking vengefully. You're sick of bringing a stick to a sword fight. I mean, I do see you being victorious over this situation, but definitely I feel you kind of like in this energy of like, I'm sick of it. You're sick of it. So what else is going on here? And what else? High Priestess. Page of Pentacles. You're following your intuition and you're looking at trying to find a new opportunity. You're no longer happy somewhere. You're pulling yourself out of this conflict, this dynamic. This really could have to do with work. You could be seeing people left and right kind of get thrown under the bus at work. And you're like, all right, this is just... Because look, the Scorpio every now and then can get that stinger out and use it kind of for your own amusement. You got to admit that. But things are starting to go too far. You're hearing things at work or around you that are just like, whoa, this is not above board. I'm gonna start to take my leave. I'm gonna go ahead and make my way right on out. Tell me more about the situation. Tell me more about this Seven of Swords energy, good spirits. Tell me more. Yep, you're looking to end this situation. Your strategy is to kind of look at all of them over your shoulder like, okay, yeah, y'all can go ahead and keep on fighting. Oh, ooh, you're reporting against so-and-so coworker. So-and-so is saying XYZ about you, but no one's even doing the due diligence to check to see if anything that's being said is true. They're running with it. This is definitely a work situation for sure. This has to do with, I wouldn't be surprised if the Hierophant comes out. That's the card that really is coming to mind for myself in my mind's eye. Your strategy is to kind of be like, okay, yeah, I see y'all. Go ahead and keep on fighting. You're going to like sneak away. in the midst of the chaos. You could have a relatively prominent role, so your work will be missed, but you definitely are not feeling supported, appreciated. You're looking for your way out. So, yeah, your strategy is to essentially bounce. Clarify this, High Priestess, for me, please. We both know that's your intuition, but what else is your intuition telling you? Knight of Swords. Yeah, your intuition has been kicking at you lately. I think initially you were trying to kind of stick it out in this environment. Even play a little bit of those Five of Wands games. Not gonna lie, it's kind of like this person here is looking back over their shoulder and kind of smirking. You could have had a little bit of a hand in kicking up this windstorm, but it's gone too far. You're done. You're completely turned off. There could be legalities, legal issues and things like that that could be coming down the pipeline. You could be hearing rumors of people in prominent positions taking shortcuts that can create significant lawsuits. You want no parts. You want no parts, and your intuition is screaming at you to take action, take charge now, get control of your future now, because this environment is not where it's at anymore. You could be someone who's older, who's like finishing up a degree. You may need to leave this work environment before you finish that degree. I mean, honestly, you might need to leave before then. This Knight of Swords energy, along with the High Priestess, is essentially your intuition screaming at you to get the heck out of Dodge, because with this type of conflict, these type of people will definitely kind of administratively like fix things, really drag you in to issues, kind of make it like if we're going down, you're coming with us type of thing. This has been causing a lot of emotional turmoil for you. And these people who are in these prominent positions doing things that they should not be doing that you're aware of, they're kind of walking, it's like they're trapped. They have to stay where they are. And you're in a prominent role as well, but you're able to kind of, there basically you are replaceable. Your role is replaceable. They'll be able to find someone else to do, I don't know, whatever your role is in this particular group or company. But yeah, your intuition is hollering at you. I'm telling you, if you're working on a degree or something, you may genuinely need to leave before then, before you finish it. You could work somewhere tropical, like South Florida. What's up? That's where I'm at. That's where I am. But yeah, this is giving like hurricane vibes. Hurricane within the office. Even though, honestly, it hasn't even been raining so far lately. Here on the bottom of the deck, I'm just happen to kind of like literally shuffle like this. On the bottom of the deck is literally the Ten of Wands. So you've already been overburdened by this particular group. You've been carrying a ton of responsibility. You could work for like a family-run business. So everyone's wearing like 20 hats, and there's more and more people are leaving roles that are pretty prominent and even being fired from roles, even not caring, letting themselves get fired, you know, that kind of thing. It just people are checking all the way out, and you're getting more and more and more burden. But you recognize that, you know, the people that are leaving or letting themselves get cut are making the right decision. You're like, you know what am I doing here? Are you making enough money to be doing everybody's job? Are you making enough money for, you know, people in prominent positions to kind of allude to you getting drawn right down under and dragged down with them? Come on, you're a Scorpio. Use that stinger. Use that stinger to get on up out of the mud with these people. And move on. Move on to your Ace of Swords, your new opportunity. Here we have Queen of Cups energy here, as well with King of Wands. You're being drawn to take action. This is gonna be the last card that I take on here, just because all of these cards are like this right now. Yeah, you're looking at new horizons. You're looking at your options. You could be setting up interviews for yourself, or already have had an interview or two. You're getting your posts set up to move on and get away from these treacherous, rocky waters. You're on the last little bit of dry land, which is, again, I'm going to point back to the High Priestess and Knight of Swords being the clarifier for the High Priestess, because your intuition is telling you, like, look, you are like just on the edge. This conflict and these dishonest people who are now becoming more desperate are searching for ways to involve you and get you roped in whatever legal issues, whatever they're doing that they should not be doing. They're saying, you know what? Oh, don't, by the way, don't tell these people you're thinking of leaving. If you've told anyone that you're thinking of leaving, you need to really kick it into high gear and hightail it out of there, because this is the kind of situation, the kind of workplace where, with your particular role, you don't just leave. They could have some other information on you or something like that where they could really hurt your life. But you're just working with some really dishonest people. I mean, I'm seeing somebody who's a complete blowhard, someone who plays dumb and ditzy and ignores things to kind of like pass off responsibility and mistakes onto others, somebody else who acts like an informant for the more ditzy one, and the blowhard, somebody who likes to just look at everyone and just, I don't know, bop everybody on the head with a stick just because they really low-key hate everyone they're working with, but they don't want to look for another option. It's just a lot of, these are not people who are going to work just to get the work done right as well as possible and head on the heck home. These people have morphed a workplace into a potential sort of jail cells for everyone. These cubicles are jail cells at this workplace. They're not, a place to grow, learn, take the information elsewhere if it's not a long-term fit. Like, they don't think like, okay, well, the person left, it's okay. They think they left. Oh, let's try and, I don't know, get them administratively caught up in something. Let's, like, they're unstable. And here underneath is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, and the Hermit. You're being asked to really soul search, because I did mention how you could have potentially caused maybe a couple of dismissals. You could have, egged on and goaded some things that were not, good. So, hey, it's a little bit of potentially karma coming around to you, but whatever, life is life. The people who were let go, I mean, this is not giving the energy that these jobs are like highly prestigious. Like, it's dime a dozen. You could do the job somewhere else. These people will be fine. The people who have been let go are, I get the sense, like, younger than you. They've already got, certain education degrees and certifications and other work experience that is like diverse. And so basically they're gonna be fine. Like, I mean, what you did isn't cool. Like, don't do that again, because if you go somewhere else with that same energy, it's not gonna be good. And like I said, you're literally right on the edge of dry land, of not getting caught up in any legal issues. If you keep on moving forward with not so good behaviors, if you were, kind of feeling yourself and your power or perceived power, don't do that again. If you move forward with that same energy, if you move forward going into work, not just being about the work and going home and indulging in rumors and stuff like that, gossip or whatever, that's going to really screw you up at your next place. And then you're not going to be able to get back on dry land. You're going to be right into the water, having to go back. You're going to end up like these people who you're leaving, who have to jump into that water, who have to swim across that ocean, that lake of just ridiculousness. So yeah, that's what I got for you, my darling Scorpio. Make sure you go ahead and like this, comment down below. Let me know what's going on. I mean, work and the journey of life and everything, and work and everything is very highly nuanced. I mean, hey, I really get the sense that people that you might have caused dismissals for, they don't care. They're looking back and honestly, they laugh at these situations that, like, they're relieved they're no longer there. So, try not to feel too bad, but again, don't drag it into your next workplace because I don't know, it's not looking good, especially here with the death card. Just because, I mean, this is very final, sharp energy, and it's giving, if you continue this, you're like, you just are barely getting out of Dodge. So don't do it again. Everyone's trying to just feed themselves. If you're like someone who is in like a decision making role, you do understand people go to work because they're trying to feed themselves. If you get into the weeds of like rumors and, oh, I don't like this about that person, that doesn't have to do anything with the actual work itself and things like that. You know, low-key sabotaging people, not wanting to teach somebody, not wanting to like, you know, share information needed to make someone else's job so they can feed themselves easier. You're not going to be able to avoid this card. Not literally, but like as far as career wise. And it's going to be very hard. You're already garnering potentially a negative reputation. Anyway, so don't carry it forward. Just move forward. Come on. I get the sense that you could be someone who's a bit older, maybe in your 40s, 50s, potentially 60s, or late to mid 30s, but I'm really getting older energy. Come on now, don't do that. Like, life is short. You really could be damaging people's lives in a very serious way. And you never know, especially with this, you know, how things are currently going. People are very on edge. There are people that can't be themselves. There are people that are being homeless. And if you think that holding that amount of power over someone as a decision maker is, you know, something that makes you feel powerful, you shouldn't be a decision maker, and the spirit team is going to make sure that you're not going to be a decision maker ever again if you carry this forward. So that's all I got for you, my darling one. Just do better. I know it can be hard to get caught up in these work situations sometimes, and you know, you can let things get to your head, but don't. You're smarter than that. You're better than that. As long as you lean on your understanding and doing what's right in general, especially if you're a parent, like, come on, man, you're better than that. Anyway, that's what I got for you, my darling. Thank you so much for being here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm posting all the time. We also have a community tab over there. So if you are a creative person, I really invite you to please showcase your art, your music, your fashion, your makeup, your films, whatever it is. Go ahead and share what you're working on in the community tab, because we have an audience of about 4,000 people over there, and I'm just getting back over onto TikTok because honestly, it's taken a while for me to like upload videos, and I got frustrated, so I just kind of was going through stuff. But anyway, go ahead and check us out on YouTube at Auspicious Tarot LLC. You can book a reading if you'd like. There's details in the description of the actual pages and whatnot. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Take care, love.